Hello there, folks. Bonkekook here, aka your Lonely Achievement God, continuing our Lawn Mowing Simulator Challenge coverage with Professional Challenge number 7, the Formal Garden at Rowley Manor. We're using the Batmobile of mowers, the Night OFT there. It's a beast. It looks really cool, to be completely honest. This is the only challenge that uses it, and I didn't purchase it for my career mode, as I do prefer the top tier Toro mower personally, but I always kind of enjoy doing this challenge because you get to use the Batmobile of mowers. As always with the field challenges, what do we always say? Don't get eliminated. Sorry, if you understand that joke, I applaud you. Don't worry about the fuel limit. You are always given enough fuel to do these challenges without issue, and now with the string trimmers you can just abuse the string trimmers and make everything a piece of cake. The only real thing you have to worry about with this challenge is making sure you don't drive full speed into the hedges. The hedges, if you are rather slow when you drive near them, you don't get any penalty for damaging your engine, damaging your mower, or for damaging the hedges. As long as you're driving relatively slow, you're fine. We are going to use the string trimmer to do very small edging on everything, because trying to do it with the mower itself, while you don't get penalized for it, it can be difficult to get right up against the hedges, especially the small circular ones. So just follow along with me using the string trimmer to edge everything and then using the mower to finish everything off. And this challenge shouldn't take you too long. This is a rather small garden, and it's made even smaller by the fact it's divided into 4 separate lawns. So right off the bat, turn around, grab your string trimmer, and we're just going to run out. And we're going to do one pass around. Go slowly. You are using the worst string trimmer, and if you go too fast, you may overload it and leave some grass behind. I did attempt to do this challenge without using the string trimmer, and you end up leaving too much grass around the hedges. So it's easier to just do like one pass around with the string trimmer. And again, you don't have to be perfectly close when you're doing your passes. But each lawn is kind of set up like this. You have kind of 4 circular hedges around the outer edge of each lawn, and then you have a central area, which is usually a square hedge or a circular hedge. And this is the worst string trimmer. So and the grass is really high, so we do have to be careful. If you try to do your laps too quickly, you'll overload the string trimmer, and you may leave some grass behind. So and there you go. We got the first lawn edge, so we're going to run over to the second one and do the same thing. There's not really much else to talk about here. So I'm likely going to go relatively silent for up until we get our mower. we're almost done here. With these circular hedges and with how dark it can get, it's not a bad idea to, you know, use the Pro View just to make sure that you're not leaving anything behind. It can be very hard to see. We left a couple of pieces, but as you may have seen earlier, I'm not sure if I paused it yet. 99.5% is our cut requirement, so we can afford to leave little bits and pieces of grass around. And that was our last garden and section of lawn to trim. We're going to switch to the overhead view. With this mower, again, it's a little hard to see in first-person mode, so we do need to get to 4 to 5 centimeters, so we're going to have it at 4, and you press B to lower the deck and start cutting. You don't have to worry too much about overloads on this, except for leaving grass behind. You don't have a lot of grass to cut, so even if you do start to overload your engine, you're probably not going to have enough grass to cut to get your engine condition down to the fail line, that red line on the engine condition. Although it does seem to be up to the 90 percentile here. When you get to the hedges, this is what you're going to do. Kind of line yourself up and tap the accelerator around them. This is what I was doing on my first attempt without using the string trimmer, and it was leaving little bits of grass right up against the hedge. And as you can see, because we're going so slowly and turning so delicately into the hedges, we're not causing any damage to the hedges or to our mower, and we're not getting penalized for it. If you do start turning too quickly, you may get penalized for damaging the ground, or you may kind of clip into the hedge. Some of the collision stuff is a bit wonky, but mostly because it's not really designed for collision recognition. So, but this is what we're going to do with all 4 of the lawns. We're going to work our way around the outside, work our way around all four of the circular hedges, and then we'll slowly make our way around. And then once we start getting in, we're going to start working on the inside hedges. And again, just like before, as long as you're cautious when you turn into them, you won't cause any damage to the hedges or to your mower. And then I recommend just kind of turning so you get a good overview and using your Pro View just to make sure you got everything. As I said, you have a 99.5% cut requirement, which means you can leave some behind. Let me re-center ourselves there. So you can afford to miss a few pieces of grass and still complete the contract. But this is a small lawn, so a 0.5% isn't very much grass. As you can tell by watching our percentage go up in the upper right-hand corner just when we drive along. And again, we just kind of work our way around the hedges. Just being careful so we don't ram into them. Like that. Although we didn't take any damage for that, and we didn't get penalized for it either. I'm fairly certain that unless you're going like full speed and ram straight into one of them, you don't get penalized for it. But just like before, start driving around the outside, working your way towards the center. On this one, the center is a circular hedge, so just like we do with the other ones, we get up against it and tap our accelerator to drive around. just like before, before you drive off, do a pro view look just to make sure that you got in everything. We'll recenter the camera and continue on to the third lawn. And from here on out, everything is the same, so I'm probably going to shut up. I don't even think we've overloaded our engine yet. There's not any flowers to really worry about now that we're mowing. I don't think it's possible to get the flowers inside the square hedges. So, as long as you just keep following this pattern of mowing, you should not have any issues finishing the rest of the contract. We did finally get a penalty for something. I'm not sure where it came from. Must be one of the hedges we hit too hard. I didn't notice it, but our penalty meter is no longer at the max, so we must have gotten penalized for something. Once again, we'll work on the center ring here. I think it's the center ring that's actually penalizing us. Looked like it was going down there. I'm paying more attention to the grass than I am that, but it looked like that was what caused us the problem. And again, do a quick look with your pro view. There's a couple of pieces around the hedges that we missed with the string trimmer, but because of the 99.5% cut requirement and the 5% buffer overall, or 0.5% buffer, excuse me, that we have, we should be able to miss some of the grass and still pass easily. I think the night mowers were made specifically for the game. I'm not sure you can get them in real life, but if I watched someone mowing their lawn with this thing, I would have been far more interesting in mowing lawns when I was a kid. I could be wrong. Maybe the night mower brand is real. But at the beginning of the game, at the title screen, they only trademark the Stag, Toro, and Stiga mowers. So I assumed that the Night wasn't a real brand of mower. But as you can see, we're at 99.2. There's 99.5. That's how much grass we could have left behind and still passed. With that done, I don't remember which direction the trailer is. There we go. We're going to attempt to drive straight on the trailer. As always with these field challenges, boy, we just rammed that trailer. If you need to clean up anything, you can use the Pro View and do so, and you can grab the string trimmer and run back out if you left too much grass behind. But if you didn't, just run to the truck and submit the challenge. And that is the 7th professional challenge completed. As always, if you have any questions or comments for me, reach out and I will do my best to answer them. But if not, I will see you guys next time.